Oh, I think it is recording. Yes, it has. And this training has started recording. So thank you all for joining in today. I know, again, in less than 24 hours, I'm really impressed that we were able to kind of put this thing together. So today I'll talk about Explora journeys. And the one thing I do want to let you know is that we don't call ourselves a cruise line or a cruise experience. It's pretty obvious that it is a ship, but we're calling ourselves a new ocean travel, because when you think cruises, or if you talk to your clients and you say cruises, their automatic imagination leads them to rock walls, go-karts, a lot of people, buffets, which is not what we're about. We are a luxury experience in this new realm here. And with that comes with a lot of terminology that we're going to start kind of changing up a little bit, because it does elevate the conversation. So instead of cruise, it's journey. Instead of, I'm going to mute Henry real quick. Forgive me. There we go. So instead of crew, we're using the words host. So you're going to hear a lot of our nomenclature that I will kind of repeat a little bit to kind of start this training process. So that way, it does make a difference when you start to have that conversation with your clients and you say suites instead of cabins, because cabins immediately, it's almost like you're claustrophobic a little bit. You're inside, there are no windows, you're in this tiny little space, when in fact we are quite the opposite. And with that, we are very proud to be affiliated with Travel Savers. We are truly, truly, truly committed to our travel partners such as yourselves. And I do want to notate that we do not have a direct desk. Yes, we will take calls. A lot of times guests will call in because they might have questions, and such. And yeah, we might have a handful of people that are going to call and book direct, but we do not have a direct desk. Anytime we can turn that client right back to you, we will. And we really can't survive without you, because a lot of our marketing, a lot of our adverts are through our partners such as yourselves, and it's not direct to consumers. Somebody else is trying to pop in, forgive me. Let's see, admit. Okay, so with this presentation, hi there. I'm going to start with our numbers presentation. And this is, we gathered all of our various numbers and we're going to count down from here. And we're starting with 2023. And as you can imagine, this is the year. So we have our destinations. So these are just destinations. These are not necessarily journeys of what we have here. So starting with number 1, this is our maiden journey, kicks off in, I believe, 52 days, July 17th. And then that kicks off out of Southampton, going to Copenhagen. And in between that is a very Norwegian fjord-driven itinerary. It's beautiful itinerary. So for those inaugural chases, and you know who your clients are, a lot of them are like, I want to be on the first one. There's a bit of cachet behind it. So with that, this would be a great one for them. We still have a lot of space. So for those that want to be on the first journey, on the first cruise, or first company launch on a brand new ship, no less, this would be a great one for them. But nevertheless, we will start in Northern Europe. We're going to head over to UK and Ireland, say around August for military tattoo, and then on over to, we start to make our way west. So we're going Iceland, Greenland, then by this fall, Explora 1 will be in our backyards in Canada, New England, before she goes south to the Caribbean islands for all those snowbirds that want to get away from the cold, and as well as family, people who want to run away from family, we can house them on board here. Afterwards, we go south to Brazil for Carnival, and then up and through Panama Canal and then over to Hawaii. Afterwards, we're going to move back east, going towards to the Canary Islands, to the Azores, and Explora 1 will be in Western Europe and the Med. By August of 2024, so we're talking just a little over a year away, we will have Explora 2 out, and she will be in the Med. Beautiful, beautiful itinerary, 7 nights, 9 nights, 10 nights. starting out of Italy, going to Greece, Croatia, even Turkey, gorgeous itineraries, before heading through the Red Sea over to India and then in the Indian Ocean. In this case, ending in South Africa. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, God, this looks a little light. It doesn't look like they go everywhere. Well, my point is here, stay with us. Stay with us. We only have one ship coming out, another one coming out. As we carry on in this calendar year, we're going to add more dots to this map and more colors to the map. So kind of stick with us. I think we're about to launch the remainder of 2025 for both Explora 1 and 2. Then Explora 3's itinerary is going to come out. So we're going to have a lot coming. So just kind of stick with us, okay? And what's really impressive is that before Explorer Journeys became quote unquote Explorer Journeys, we surveyed 20,000 participants, from cruisers to non-cruisers to hotel and resort folks to even travel advisors, to find out we want to create the best thing out there. What is it? What must we do? What can we not do to make the best product out there, to create something? And the overwhelming response is, nowadays on any given cruise, I'm just talking standard cruise lines, there are a lot of, say, 7-nighters out there that is so port intensive. It's port, 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 port. And when your clients come back from their cruise, they're saying, oh my God, I'm so tired. I need a vacation from a vacation. And then you probably heard this before, right? And they're exhausted. So what we're trying to do here is curate, even on a 7-night journey, more sea days, more overnights for a better immersion, a slower, deeper pace. That way your clients are coming back rested, and that it feels like a true holiday, true vacation. So with that, here's an example. This happens to be journey number 3 for us on Explora 1. This is a 7-night Reykjavik to Copenhagen. And you can see here, there's an overnight in Reykjavik, because why not? Because it's a beautiful city. And you can see how there's also 2 sea days. And I know in transit, we need that time, but also why not spend some days on board on a brand new ship? Because I definitely want to. So what I love about how this itinerary is designed is that it's very Iceland intensive, which can be very taxing on the body. And then your clients will have time to recuperate, regenerate, and then go into the cityscape in Denmark. So this is just one example of what we have. The very next journey here is a 6-nighter. This one is into Hamburg, and also we have 2 sea days. And why I want to showcase this is that this is just one example of what we have available. In case you have, I don't like to use the word revenge travel because that's a bit kind of, I think, poorly dubbed. I like to say binge travel. So when your clients binge travel, if you want to do a back-to-back, you can do Reykjavik over to Hamburg and not necessarily repeat ports. So we can continue to add and add and add all these back-to-backs, and it'll curate a beautiful itinerary for your clients. So we have a lot of these. Granted, there are some destinations such as the Caribbean or Canada, New England, that there are some that seems to be very similar in where we're going, but definitely in Europe and where we can curate these amazing itineraries, we can do this. And with that, we have our pillars. So we have our space, choice, design, and destination experiences for you. And this is what we're standing on. These are our legs, if you will. Space is incredible. Choice is incredible. Design. I like to showcase this aft shot because I believe cabanas are a very symbolic thing, in my opinion. They symbolize privacy, luxury, choice, and space. So it kind of it checks off a lot of our pillars already. And again, we have 64 cabanas on board, and there are no reservation fees. So your clients can go and if they want to be in their own little bubble, they can. If they want to be with other people, they have a choice to do that. So this is just, again, this is one pool. We have several pools on board, but leaning on the design aspect, I think you're going to be wowed. This is our lobby bar. I mean, you can take this image, put it in front of any of your hotel resort clients, and they're going to say, whoa, what hotel is this? And then be further blown away to find out it's actually on a vessel, it's on a ship. And here's another look, another angle. Again, this is our lobby bar, and it's just stunning, if I can't say so myself. Another thing is our pool, and this is pool number 2. This is where most pools are on a ship. It's top deck center. A lot of times on a ship, it's where everyone flocks to, right, on a sea day or when it's warm out. And we recognize that it does get crowded when that happens. So rather than having one pool, we actually have 4 pools. This is the same one, by the way, but nevertheless, in this conservatory pool, it does have a retractable glass roof. So when it's beautiful out, we can open it up and you have a nice sun beaming down. When the weather conditions aren't that great outside, we can close it up, crank up the heat inside because it's all 100% climate controlled by us here. And your clients or yourselves can still go for a dip. Now, the 3 outdoor pools that we have are heated. So in case your clients love that brisk air but still stay warm, they can still have that option. And speaking of options, here are our all-inclusive amenities. We have champagne upon arrival, but also there will be a bottle of champagne awaiting your guests or your clients when they walk into their suite as a gift. So starting with our lead-in accommodation, that bottle is a Veuve Clicquot, and it goes all the way up to our top suites, and that would be a Dom Perignon. So that alone is something. Now, if your clients are saying, oh, I don't like champagne, I want scotch or I want tequila, we can absolutely replace it for them. But nevertheless, this is something that's a gift to your clients. We also include 9 culinary experiences, unlimited beverages, gratuities, and I do want to reference Wi-Fi. We have incredible Wi-Fi on board, and there's going to be routers in every suite. That creates a mesh technology, and that means your clients can stay connected, multiple devices, multiple people without having to log on, log off, and log back on. No more of that for you. So here they can just stay connected and still either continue on with their emails or their social medias or whatever they want to do without any worry. As I carry on, 461 represents our suites. So we've got some beautiful, beautiful suites that we have designed for your clients, our guests. It's almost our home away from home, and we call these our oceanfront suites. So there are 461, and I love this exterior shot because it kind of gives you an idea. Take a look at those tenders, those lifeboats. They are recessed in. That means any position you put your clients on, any suite, any category, whether it's forward or aft, it will be an unobstructed view. And I think that's genius how this had been created here. So I love this. It's beautiful. And if you kind of squint your eyes a little bit, she looks like a yacht. And it's because Explora 1 is being built at Fincantieri at Malfalcone, and that is a super yacht shipyard. And so basically we took a yacht design, stretched her long and pulled her up, and that's why she's just this sexy, in my opinion. My next number here is out of the 461, 371 is of our lead-in accommodation, our Ocean Terrace Suites. This is our lead-in suite, folks. You can see how beautiful the space is. And believe it or not, our lead-in total square footage is 377 square feet. Typically, a lead-in stateroom is about 150, 180, and we are 377. Now, the 377 does include the terrace space. If we were to take that out, take the outside terrace space out, we're at 301 square feet just in this interior living area. So that alone is it already supersedes everyone else's square footage. But nevertheless, you have a walk-in closet, true king beds. We do have kings and we have twins, but a majority of our space does have king beds. And we have this walk-in closet. And I love this shot here because it has a separate vanity. That means 2 people can get ready at the same time without having to fight for the bathroom mirror. And speaking of the bathroom, We have a beautiful space here. This one actually showcases an overhead rain shower, but we also have some suites with step-in tub and shower combo. So there are options because some clients love taking baths, some don't care. They want an overhead rain shower in and out. We have that available. But nevertheless, of course, we have marble tiled heated floors and just a beautiful scape here. And here is a top view of our ocean terrace suite. So starting with the left-hand side, that is our terrace. It's not a balcony. It's not a veranda. It's large. It is 75 square feet of space in our terraces. And it's so large that most verandas that I've been in, I've gone outside, you have to walk around the furniture or shimmy around it just to sit in front. Here it's so large, we have a day lounger that you can just kind of lay back if you want your own private space, read a book, listen to music, whatever you want to do, and just bask in this ocean environment. And then as you can see here, how large the space is. And again, folks, this is just our lead-in suite. And here's a look at the terrace space. And it's just beautiful furniture, a lot of space. And Ocean Terrace Suites is our 1 through 4. And then we have sometimes, most ships in the aft, it gets a little bit wider. And here is our Grand Terrace Suite. Same interior footprint, 103 square feet, but then the terrace space is much larger at 118 square feet. So imagine being in the Norwegian fjords and you have this space here to just kind of take photographs, look at the nature and all that stuff as we're going in and out of the fjords. It's going to be beautiful here. And moving on to our next number is 78. 78 represents our adjoining suites. So we have 78 of these. You can see here how it's designed. The terrace does open up so you can widen up that terrace space. There's a door in the center of the room, but here you can see the examples. Top one is a king bed, bottom are twin beds. Top right corner is an overhead rain shower versus the bottom, which is a bathtub shower combo. So in case there are families that want to travel together or friends that want to travel together, you have this ability here. You just got to click through and let us know what you need and we'll make these accommodations for you, okay? Carrying on is 67, and 67 represents the number of penthouses. Excuse me. So this is the next meta category up. So what we had earlier is our ocean terrace category. Here is our penthouse categories. And within this, there are 67 suites, but we have 4 subcategories within. So what you're looking at right now is our premier penthouse. This is just a few steps up from our lead-in penthouse, but nevertheless, you can see how beautiful the space is. But within our ocean penthouse space, it goes from 463 square feet up to 732 square feet. So a lot larger than your ocean terrace space. With that, starting with the smallest penthouse is our penthouse. This one is 517 square feet. You can see how much larger and wider the space is with a banquette, a dining table. The terrace is much larger. Going up another category is our deluxe penthouse, and this is up to 567 square feet. And you can see how this space is designed. And notice how the bedroom is starting to close off a little bit, right? It's a little bit more privacy. And then we go up another category, and this is our premier penthouse, which is what you saw earlier with a more private bedroom. In case you have a third berth or a child in the suite, you can close it off for more privacy, and there are doors that does slide close. And then, of course, our grand penthouse. This is the largest of the penthouse category, and you can see how this is where a desk starts to appear for those working clients of yours. For those that say, oh, I can't leave my business behind, I got to stay in touch. Well, you can with our unlimited Wi-Fi, and you have a desk. Hey, you can work from your suite here, right? but you can see how much larger this space is, up to 732 square feet. And here's a look at our grand penthouse. We call these homes at sea because they resemble a house. They resemble your living space, and it's just much larger. You have a lot of space, is my point. Bedroom, and then I love the terrace, sweeping terrace here. How much space you have. And then we carry on to 23. 23 represents the number of ocean residences. Now, I know I say 23 and there's 22 here. I'm going to talk about the first 4 categories we have in our ocean residences. And don't worry, residences does not mean you have to buy it. It's not a condo. You don't have to pay an HOA. It's a residence because it's so large. It's like your home away from home. What you're looking at right now is our retreat residence. It's you can kind of tell by the angles of the ship or of this space here. It's very forward, but nevertheless, massive space, and it does go up to 1,600 square feet. And here's a bathroom. I mean, the bathroom here is stunning. This one happens to be, we have separate tub from shower in case your clients need that, but it is quite beautiful. So we're going to start with the smallest residence, and that is our Cove residence, and it goes up to 861 square feet. So again, this is the smallest of the bunch. And yes, what you're looking at on the top right corner is a whirlpool on every terrace deck. Right. So in the residence accommodation, there is a whirlpool, and they are butler service, whereas the other ones do not have the whirlpool, nor do they have the butler service. So here is just a much larger space, up to 861. Going to the retreat residence, what you saw kind of earlier with the renderings, again with the space, and you can see how this one has a powder room or a separate bathroom for those that need that extra space, so it just grows in size up to 872 square feet. And I'm letting somebody else in right now. And then we go to one. Okay, thank you. It goes up to the next category is our Lydia, I'm going to mute you for a second. Okay, and we're going to go up to a Serenity residence, and this grows up to 1,356 square feet. And you can see how this is one of my favorite suites because it's an equal balance of interior space and exterior space, and it's got a wraparound terrace. You can see here, oh, I have a little typo in here, but it is 646 square feet interior with the exterior at up to 717. And then we go up to another category, and this is the cocoon. The cocoon is beautiful, but this is where, for those that are nervous about cruising, and they say, I would never cruise because I feel claustrophobic. Well, the exterior space supersedes the interior space here. So no excuses. Again, it's quite beautiful. And here's a couple looks of our cocoon. You have floor to ceiling windows, beautiful layout. You have a massive living space with a table, and then of course you have your terrace, your wraparound terrace deck. It is just stunning. So what I spoke about just now are the 4, and here is the creme de la creme of owner's residence, of our residence space is our owner's residence. This here is beautiful. There's only one owner's residence on Explorer 1 and Explorer 2, but on Explorers 3, 4, 5, and 6, there will be 2 owner's residences. And in this space, oh, wow, it is 3,014 square feet. It is large, folks. You can see here how you even have a bar. If we need to bring in a bartender for your clients, we can do that as well. And the space is just stunningly done. I'm going to let somebody else in. And one of my favorite shots is this bathroom. The double vanity sink, the soak-in tub. In that far back corner there is a shower that doubles as a steam room. And here's another angle of the soak-in tub. I mean, this is the epitome of luxury in this sense. Again, this is in our owner's residence, 3,014 square feet. And here is a look at our terrace that has its own infinity whirlpool. So for the top view, this might give you a better look at what to expect. You have a wrap around terrace where it's the owner's private terrace. What's incredible about this is that I've worked for another cruise line that's in luxury experience, and in the penthouses, the top decks, it's almost always either starboard side or port side, and it's in the center, right? And so when your clients go out into the verandas, they're either looking at one side of the ship or the other side. And I love how this one is a wraparound because it gives them a 180-degree view. But what's really incredible is that on the left-hand corner, how it's kind of cut out a little bit, you kind of see that there's a missing area that actually connects. It connects to another ocean terrace suite. So in case your clients are saying, well, I need more space. I have friends that want to travel with me, or I have family that want to travel with me. I need to sleep, two more people, we can connect that there. And there is the terrace does open up, the door does open up, so it does expand further and greater than 3,014 square feet if needed, that is. So moving on, 18 is one of my favorite numbers for you because through your affiliation with Travel Savers, you're getting 18% commission on all of our journey fares. So the fare you see online is the fare your clients are paying, is the fare you're getting commissioned on. We do not have any NCFs, but nevertheless, we are having 10 representing your add-on commissions. So anything that's booked prior to departure, destination experiences, transfers, pre-post hotel, pre-post land extensions, and eventually we're going to have it soon, air. Anything that's booked through us, again, prior to departure, you're getting 10% commission on. I mean, I think it's pretty incredible. And as we carry on, speaking of destination experiences, this is what we call our shore excursions. Destination experiences are not included as part of our all-inclusive. We have identified through the surveys that it's, let's face it, a lot of times these experiences are just another city tour. And your clients, because it's a psychology thing where it's like, oh, it's complimentary, I have to go and take advantage of it, they come back more disappointed than they are happy, because you're just like, well, I don't want to be on another tour circling around the city with 40 people on board. So instead we're saying, you know what, let's just scratch that. If they choose to take a destination experiences, they can pay for it. Not everyone wants to do that. Some people love just going into the city on their own to walk around, and that's their version. Some people love to stay on board and take advantage of the spas and things like that. So again, we're giving them options, but nevertheless, with destination experiences, we've identified 5 categories, which we're going to provide various options of these in each port we visit. That way your clients, if they are adrenaline junkies, they have that option. If they want to go with something that's really easy, maybe they visit a UNESCO World Heritage Site, maybe they go to a museum. If they want something a little bit more tailored, we have tailored experiences. If they are foodies and they want to do a gastronomic experience, we have those available, or we can find those for you. We can help you source them. So again, all of these booked prior to departure, you're getting 10% commission on. Carrying on, 9 is my next number, and 9 represents our 9 inclusive culinary experiences. We actually brought on a gentleman by the name of Frank Geringer. He comes to us from another line that is known for food, and we are very, very, very happy to have him as our head of culinary, Chef Frank Geringer. With his experience, we've curated 11 culinary experiences. Again, 9 are included. The 11 are the 2 that's not included are marked with an asterisk. I'm going to start with the chef's kitchen. That one, again, is optional. We're not going to expect your clients to want to do this because we can't anticipate that. But, for those foodies that love to cook and learn, we have this available, chef's kitchen, private dining experience, culinary school. We have it all set up where they can enjoy learning about the ingredients with one of our executive chefs, cooking, preparing, dining if they choose to even have this experience shoreside as well. So this does come with an additional cost. Another one is anthology. Anthology is really, really unique. We are inviting world-renowned chefs on board. I'm not celebrity chefs, world celebrated, awarded chefs to come on board, present their award-winning dishes and culinary experiences with us. And in this case, we will have a 3-star Michelin chef, Chef Mario Uliassi, who's going to be featuring his 3-star Michelin cuisine on board for 4 months. So leaning on my past life when I was working for a luxury cruise line, when we would have a celebrity chef or an award-winning chef to come on board, they're only on board for like 2 weeks. So if you are a foodie and you want to follow, you gotta be there for the 2 weeks or part of the 2 weeks, or you're out of luck. In this case here, your clients can experience it for 4 months. They have a larger window to try to get a taste, to get a feel of this. And then we're going to have another 2-star Michelin chef after this 4 months for another period of time. But my point being here is, if I were to say, let's go to Chef Uliassi's restaurant in Italy, there's a wait list. There's a 3 to 6 month waiting period. It's about 400 euros a person to experience it. Here, it's only 190, and it's almost like a fast track to experience that. But nevertheless, we're not going to subject this to your clients if they're not foodies. We have 9 other experiences that are complimentary, and one is Emporium Marketplace, which serves almost like a food hall with multiple types and stations. No buffets, no buffets at all. Everything is prepared fresh, and it's brought to you or brought to your clients. Sakura is our Pan-Asian. Marble and Co. Marbling and Meats. It's a Marble and Co. This is our steakhouse. We have a Med Yacht Club, which is very Mediterranean with mezes and tapas and such. Fil Rouge is our international cuisine. So for those that can't really make a decision that evening, like, oh, I don't know what I want to have, this, in my opinion, is the closest thing to a main dining room, because we don't have a main dining room. These are all restaurants. So if they can't make their decision, this would be a great place for them. And here's a couple renderings. This is Anthology. I love this. I mean, clean, minimal. In that bottom left corner, you kind of see there's a window that looks into the galley so they could see these masters at their work. As I carry on, Sakura. Sakura is Japanese for cherry blossom, so that's what's coming down from the ceilings. We have a sushi a sushi bar. It's got a lot of Southeast Asian influence, believe it or not. A lot of Vietnamese, a lot of Thai, some Malaysian influences, and there's also a omakase. I'm sorry, not an omakase, a sake sommelier. So believe it or not, we have that on board as well. Moving on to Marble and Co. Again, this is the steakhouse. We will have beautiful cuts of meat because we have our own dry age refrigeration system. So your clients, if those meat and potatoes are their jam, this is the place for them here. And carrying on to Fil Rouge, this is, as I mentioned again, this is the closest thing to a main dining room, in my opinion, but still beautiful. And despite how this looks, I know this looks a bit elegant, and you're probably expecting, oh, this is formal nights. No, our dress code is resort casual. So sports coat for men are neither encouraged nor denied here. So if your clients decide they want to dress up or dress down, they are more than welcome to do as they please. And Emporium Marketplace. Again, I believe there are 18 stations, pastas, bakery, whatever you need. You can walk around, kind of look and see what's being prepared. You can order there, and then the food will be brought to the table side, or it can be ordered by table side. Again, no buffets at all. I imagine this place to be very, very busy during breakfast, lunch, and especially after a day ashore, that you can kind of get a couple nibbles in. And moving on to bars and lounges, one of my favorite topics. This is a malt whiskey bar. As you can imagine, anything that's amber colored will be featured here. You can imagine a lot of whiskey tastings can be happening, can take place here as well. Carrying on to our Stern Lounge. I love this design. It just kind of looks like a 1920s glam, but also minimal. But what's amazing is that we have partnered with Steinway and Sons Piano. So there will be three pianos on every ship. And with that brings on their musicians and their pianists that will play beautiful tunes for us. And carrying on to our pools, if you love the poolscape, here's a stern, which is what we saw earlier. Again, with the cabanas and just beautiful spaces. And going up a couple decks is a toll. And what I don't have pictures is Helios, which is very forward. And Helios is an adults only pool and lounge. And so, yes, we do welcome families. We will not promote to families. That is the key differentiator here. So we're not going to compete with the Disneys or the Royals. It's not like that at all. But there is a kids program and a teens program available for those affluent families that travel with their well-traveled kids. Carrying on to ocean wellness, we do have 4 categories. I won't talk about all of these, but something you might appreciate is that part of that 20,000 participant survey, there was one gentleman who was a travel advisor, and he said, "You know what? You know, I like to cruise, and I don't understand, when I'm on for 14 nights or 10 nights, I want a place where I can go for a trim, go for a shave, and I don't want to be sitting between two ladies in the barber shop, in the salon, and listen to them gab all day." So we decided, oh, you know what? You're right. Why we're going to incorporate a barber's corner. So we're going to have that available for men. So again, with listening. So if you have any new ideas or things that you're just like, this doesn't make sense, why don't you have this? Let me know. We will give you credit for it for sure. So we are listening to our partners and seeing what's available because, again, we want to curate one of the best experiences out there. So with that, today I'll talk briefly on spa and fitness. And with spa, most ships will have a steam room and a sauna that's complimentary. Here at Explore Journeys, we have all 8 of these complimentary: experience shower, hydrotherapy pool, salt cave, steam shower, ice fall, and a heated marble, or not a several heated marble loungers. These are all available. Yes, we will have it's going to be small. It's going to be limited in the sense that we want to curate a safe, not a space that's just relaxing. And when we have, several hundred people, we don't need all of them there at once. So there will be a time limit, but nevertheless, these will be complimentary, whereas most other lines will charge for experiences like this. But nevertheless, if your clients want to do a spa treatment, they have the option to do so at costs. And as I carry on to our fitness areas, we have a fitness center, fitness studio, open air fitness, which also includes a running track, a sports court. And for those that want to work out in their private space, in our large suites, we can wheel in equipment into their suite if needed. But I'm gonna stop for a second. Sports court. It says right there touch tennis, and touch tennis is what is played in the UK and in Europe, but here in the US, it's our version of pickleball. So there will be lines marked for pickleball. We will have equipment as well, but I'm telling you to please, 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 if your client is a pickleball fanatic and they're on board, to please remind them to play with another American, because I don't want them getting in a fight with another, UK person, because the rules are slightly different. So, and you know how these pickleballers are, they're serious about this game. So yeah, definitely encourage them to seek after another American to play with, okay? And with our fitness center, you can see how beautiful the space is. It's all state of the art. Of course, it's brand new, but we have partnered with Techno Gym, which is an Italian gym provider, which kind of is their version of Peloton, right? So I know Peloton is huge in the US, but Techno Gym is massive in in Europe. So you're going to have these trainers work out with you, or, you can work out on your own. But something that's really unique is our fitness studio. We have reformer machines for Pilates. We have two of them on board. They are complimentary. You can use them as you like, because you have a lot of clients that go habitually two times a week, three times a week. They can continue the regimen on board. The only time these machines are not available is if another guest hires a trainer to work out with them, but otherwise, have at it. And then, of course, our open air fitness, you have resistant bands areas, you've got bikes, and in the far corner, which you can't see, are row machines, because then we can accommodate those that like to work out in the natural open air space or AC. So we have options for your clients. And as I carry on to our entertainment program, I'm going to do my very best to try to explain what we have. What I do want to notate to you is that we will not have a Broadway style type show. This is not your traditional cruise. Okay, so we figured Broadway, West End, off Broadway, they all do a fantastic job. There's no need for us to replicate it here on board. So what we will have are a lot of activities. Here are some examples. Ombre sunsets, for example, that's something where it's the golden hour, it's sunset, that dawn, I'm sorry, that dusk light, the golden hour. You can go up to the Explora Lounge. Our master photographer is going to be on board to help you hone in on your photography skills, to take that beautiful portrait, to take that beautiful sunset shot, something like that. Melodic masterclass is, again, you get to learn and get to know our resident artists, our resident musicians, to learn about what they're about, learn about composition and music and such. Spirit of Whiskey is one example where you're going to have a lot of flares. You're going to learn, do some whiskey tastings. Again, these are just examples of what we're going to have, because what we won't have is a regimented schedule. You're not going to have where a cruise director is going to come on and pay. Okay, folks, let's hurry up with your desserts because that Broadway style show is about to begin. You're not going to have that on Explore Journeys. Along with that, we'll have a lot of events, a lot of dancing, a lot of music, and we're going to bring back bridge tours. So for those nautical heads that just geek out over these things, we're going to have a bridge tour that's on a state-of-the-art style bridge. So we're going to have these available for your clients. In addition to that, leaning into music. Say one night your clients are like, I'm going to have a French 75 and listen to jazz music. Maybe, oh, I'm done with this French 75. Let's go have a whiskey sour and listen to, say, classic rock. There's going to be a lot of music on board in various venues, various entertainments happening, so that you can go from one to the next and not be bored. And so your clients are going to be well taken care of here. And leaning into the holistic approach and the wellness program, we have rituals. So for those that love meditation and yogas and things like that, we're going to have all of these available to you as well. And not to also forget, for those that live an alcoholic-free lifestyle, we have Club Soda, we have Savant Society for our solo travelers, and of course Prism for our LGBTQ plus community here. And carrying on, we have 6, and 6 represents the 6 vessels we'll have. So Explora 1 is due out July 17th this year. So it's about 52, 53 days away. Explora 2, a little over 1 year away. And then we'll have Explora 3 come out in 2026, Explora 4 and 5 out in 2027, and Explora 6 out in 2028. I mean, this should give you that confidence, like, yes, the company is 100% sound. They are committed to you and providing a lot of experiences on board. And again, it goes well beyond 2028 in this sense. And my next number is 5, and 5 represents the 5 ways you can make a booking. So you can log on to our Explora Travel Advisor Center. They're going to have a lot of tools, but nevertheless, you can go into our booking suite to make the bookings yourself. You can call in. There's a number right there, 833-697-0648. And that one you can call in, no hold times, and make the reservation. You can email. Believe it or not, folks, you can email our ambassadors. Once you've established a rapport with one of our ambassadors and you've determined, I want to work with Danielle, I really like her, you can email her and she'll make that booking and send it right back to you, because sometimes you just want to hold that space immediately and then worry about the finer details when you have a little bit of time, right? So you have that option. Another one. We have by appointment. Sometimes you just want to learn a little bit more, because I know I'm going really fast right now. There's so much more to uncover with Explorer Journeys. Maybe you just need to block out 30 minutes, 45 minutes of your day. Maybe it's Thursday night at 5:30. Set an appointment, your specified date and time. One of our ambassadors will call you. It'll block out your calendar for that period. You can ask all the questions you need to ask, learn about whatever you need to learn about, and also make that booking. Now, leaning on that is by appointment plus, because let's face it, sometimes it's not you with the questions, it's your clients with the 1,001 questions. So rather than you going back and forth, running interference between your clients and Explore Journeys, let's patch in your clients and let's just get right to the source. And that way, what's impressive about this program here is we have an 85 to 90% closing rate, because your clients are noticing a partnership between us, and it's not just you running between the two. They feel more secure, they feel more confident, and they tend to book right then and there. So definitely utilize all of these if you can. But at the very least, call me if you have any questions. I'll have my contacts at the very end, but I want to be your best partner. And I'm happy to handhold you all the way through until you're ready to take those training wheels off. That's what I'm here for, okay? But leaning into our Travel Advisor Center, please at the very least log in, register yourselves so that you have access at your fingertips. The booking suite, the knowledge suite, the marketing suite. You have a lot of assets there in case you want to do your own Facebook or social media posts. There are videos on YouTube. There are what do you call those, press releases on various things that maybe you need to share with your clients. It's all here for you. So please make sure you log into explorerjourneys.com/travel advisors, or if you forget this, go on explorerjourneys.com, top right corner, you'll see a little button for travel advisors. Okay. So I'm almost done, I promise. 1 to 1.25. This represents our host to guest ratio. Incredible, incredible ratio here. I used to work for a line that's known for service. On one ship, it was 1 to 1.6. On another ship, it was 1 to 1.7. And they kept winning Condé Nast and Travel and Leisure Awards over and over and over again. And it wasn't the hardware, not necessarily the destination, it was the service. And it was, again, a 1 to 1.6. Here we are offering a 1 to 1.25, incredible ratio. So you can already anticipate genuine, kind service, exceptional service for your clients. So your clients are going to be well taken care of. And on top of that, we have Captain Serena Milani, who is going to be the master of Explorer One. We have Heike Burdos, who's going to be our general manager. So I'm sorry, gentlemen, we're going to have two ladies at the helm of front of house and back of house. The ship is going to be on time and well kept. In this case, but no, I'm just teasing. But no, we're very proud to have both ladies be at the first inaugural for us here. And of course, 0 represents no NCFs. And I'll repeat it again. The fare you see online is the fare your clients are paying, is the fare you're getting commission on. There are no port fees, none of these extras that you have to pay for. So everything's all wrapped up here. And then I'm going to carry on to our early booking benefits. Really briefly, for those that care to pay or want to pay early, you have a 5% savings. That's incredible because most other lines is 2.5%. So here it's double that. We have our solo fares. They start at 15% starting, and it goes up to 75. We will never, never, never charge our solos 200. I'm sorry, however you calculate it, 100%, 200%. We have incredible fares for our solo travelers. So that really marks our presentation here, and I'm going to pop this here. This is me. I'm Kathy Liu, your business relationship lead. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. This accent here comes to you from Los Angeles, but I do cover the Southeast. And you have here my email address, and this is my personal cell phone and also my work cell phone. So you have me right at your fingertips as you need. So if you have any questions, please, I know I've gone quite long today, but if you have any questions, don't be shy. I'm here for you. One second. Oh, yeah, if you can unmute yourself, Kristen, please.
Okay, sorry. So that was excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot. I know this is this is again what I call our basic training, just so you can kind of have an idea of what's going on with Explora Journeys. Hopefully in a couple months we will revisit again, and I can give you some more updates and all that. But I figured this is what we need, especially with the newsletter coming out. And speaking of the newsletter, there are a couple little promos I do want to mention. For the month of June, any bookings, we have this event offer. So any bookings in the month of June, your clients are getting additional journey experience credits. That's basically shipboard credit that's combinable with any travel savers or affluent traveler amenities. We have a welcome match program. The welcome match is if your clients already have, say, I'm going to use Regent, for example. If you already have a client that has Regent status, let us know what that is. We will give your clients additional shipboard credit or journey experience credit to kind of say, hey, come try us. Again, all of our journey experience credits are combinable. So there's no, if they are on a back-to-back, most cruise lines will say, sorry, you only get out on one, you don't get out on both. We're going to give you the opportunity to earn it on both and multiple stacks. And then the last one I have is what we call our Pioneer. This is where we celebrate, acknowledge, and reward our early supporters. And all it takes is one booking. Any booking before December 31st marks you a Pioneer that comes with possibly a complimentary journey for you to experience. It offers you additional savings to offer your clients to kind of say, hey, here's a leg up for you, kind of a little jump start for you to try to encourage your clients to try it. So there's a lot of perks there. So those are the three that I do want to highlight real quick.
So Kathy, can you touch on a couple of the glossary terms that are different with Explora compared to an other cruise line?
Absolutely. So one of the main things is we're not a cruise. We are ocean travel, an ocean experience, if you will. And in all reality, what we're trying to convey to your clients is think of us as a all-inclusive resort, luxury resort at sea that happens to take you places. So we're not that traditional cruise line. Some of the nomenclatures that we have, or lexicon, if you will, they're all suites because they're massive. So please, when you talk to your clients, don't use the words cabin or even stateroom. I mean, stateroom's a little bit better than cabin. Please don't use cabins. Please use suites, because again, that just already elevates the conversation and makes your clients already think, oh, it's a different sort of experience. We have hosts instead of crew. Journey experience credit is what we call our shipboard credits. Destinations.
Journey Together?
Journey Together is our group program. So we have our Journey Together program where it's incredible. It's a 1 for 10 TC, 10 berths, not 10 suites, 10 berths. So that's 5 suites actually. So it's a 1 for 10 TC where the TC is earned on the 11th berth. You get journey experience credit dependent on how long the journey is. And what's incredible is that we're going to say hold 5 suites, any category. We will pull those out of inventory for you. We will lock in those rates, and there's no deposit. So you have that period to promote. And because we lock in the rates, if it's a departure within 1 year, it's where it's held for 60 days. If it's forgive me. If it's a departure outside of a year, we're holding it for 120 days. What we will have at Explore Journeys is the fact that we have a price integrity or a fare integrity. Once the fare goes up, it's never going to drop. We're not going to price to fill the ship. So this means once the price goes up and you have that journey together, that makes you more valuable book with. That's why they want to book with you, because you have the lower rate. Plus, the journey experience credit from the amenity, plus affluent traveler amenities, plus. You have all these perks, and that is our group program.
Yeah, what about the FIT? Sorry, John.
FIT is basically our normal booking. So if you just have a one-off booking, you have a client, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, just wants to book this, that's an FIT for us.
John, sorry, John, go ahead.
There you go. Well, I was just going to say what you were talking about, the price integrity. One of the things Saul taught us when we were up in, or told us when we were up in Montreal, and Mike and I met with him, was that the ship is priced like a hotel.
Yes.
Most cruise ships price based upon the fact that they need 100% occupancy.
Exactly.
And when they fall short of 100% occupancy, they start dropping the price because they don't want any open staterooms. Whereas you guys, your model is more like a hotel, where hotels, don't price for 100% occupancy. They assume that, they're going to have like an ebb and flow. And so you don't see a hotel like the Ritz-Carlton. If they have 10 open suites, at their New York, property, they're not going to start dropping the price of those suites in order to get the rooms filled, which is kind of different because, all the cruise lines that we're all used to working with are always like, well, we're going to drop the price because we have, a few cabins left to fill. So.
Right. And that plays into you spinning your wheels, rechurning that booking, refaring, and again, that affects your commission at the end of the day. So in this case, right, I've been there before, and I've done that, and it's like, oh, again, we're going to drop fares because we need to fill the ship. So gone are the days of that here at Explore Journeys. And so we want to make sure that you're spending your time wisely, and we want to, I hope that everything I've talked about thus far has all been very travel advisor friendly, right? We want to, again, be the best partner out there for you. So I hope that nothing I've said thus far has been like, well, that's weird. Why is that? So if there is, please let me know. I'm here to help address it and correct it if need be.
I had another question, because we have some newer agents on and stuff like that. Am I correct that all the pictures that we saw today were artist renderings?
Yes, those are all artist renderings.
When we'll have actual pictures of the ship? I mean, I know your first sailing is mid-July. Is it still in the shipyard being finalized?
Yeah, he's still in the shipyard. She is on time. She will be out July 17th. So until the ship is ready and we can get some photographers on board, that's when we'll have actual photos and actually a photo shoot with models and such like that, right? But with today's technology, I mean, back when I started in this industry, it was, you have a rendering and you just hope it turns out that way, and usually it's like 50% change. Here nowadays with these new renderings, it's almost identical. The only things that might change are maybe the color of the cushions or maybe a little soft touch designs, but for the most part, I have seen behind the scene footage because that's what they provide us every week for employees. And it's a walkthrough. Here's the lobby. Here's this, and that lobby bar with that breathtaking back wall is there. All they need to do at this point is fill it with bottles, right? So I've seen it. It looks exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Okay. And then for those who don't know, you'll see it next week, but we are featuring Explora in the, what is it, the June newsletter. So we'll have an
Yeah.
ad in there. We have an interview with them and stuff like that. So hopefully that will generate some interest. So I think it's great that you guys took time out of your day to be on this call. So if somebody reaches out and wants more information, you'll have, you know what to tell them. So.
Yes, yes. And Kristen, did I send you a couple links yesterday? I forgot. I have links that will it will take you right to our digital brochure. Forgive me, I'm losing my words this Friday. Digital brochure if you need it. Of course, if anybody needs actual brochures or booklets, they're beautiful A5. Let me get you one right here so you can maybe see me a little bit. I don't know if I'm still on camera. Let
You are.
me. Okay, great. Here's a book. It's beautiful. It's small, it's compact, glossy pages. It's gorgeous. And if you were to take this, handwrite a note, pop it in the mail for your clients, it's going to be a impressive piece. And the thing is, you want notoriety with your clients on Explore Journeys. You don't want them hearing about it from somebody else. So plant the seed with us now. So with that, I have a digital booklet of this booklet here. I've got flyers, solo flyers. I mean, so many things. I'm going to forward it again in case I forgot to send it yesterday, but that's
Yeah, I didn't get it yesterday.
okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I will
No
get it
worries.
to you and you can share it with the team. But
Okay.
I'm excited for this partnership, folks. I'm jazzed about this. And again, I'm leaving my contacts up here for a long time because I want everyone to make sure you have the spelling right and the numbers right, because I need you to call me.
And
Use
so
me. Yeah.
I do have that already up on Brinko Agent. So
Okay,
I
fantastic.
do have the agent portal. And so if you need any help, all of you, if anybody needs help logging in, let me know and I will make sure that you're able to log in. Steve, I know you have a question.
Yeah, you see my microphone going on and off. Hey, Kathy, you had mentioned you thought you were hoping that it was a good presentation, and it really was. One question is, so I understand that the fare includes gratuities, Wi-Fi, and beverages. I assume there are upgraded beverages that come at a cost. You had mentioned like the higher end suites get Dom, Perignon. So I'm guessing you can probably get that at some of the bars, but you have to pay for it.
That's correct. If we're talking champagnes, our house champagne is Moet Chandon.
Okay.
These other bottles are the gifts that we're giving the clients as they walk, guests as they walk into their suite, right? And they get one of those. But the house champagne is Moet Chandon.
Well, I happen to use champagne as an example because you mentioned it, but John always mentions that scotches, up to the lower premium are probably included, but if you want a Johnny Walker Black, you have to pay a little bit extra.
I don't know about Johnny Walker Black.
Maybe
You have to
blue.
pay extra.
Oh, blue,
Yeah, Johnny
excuse
Walker
me.
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes,
Okay,
yes,
I'm
we
not a
do
big Scotch guy.
our beverages, whether it's a spirit, it's a cocktail, a mocktail, a beer, those are all included. But yes, we will have what I call a connoisseur's list, so something that's a little bit more rare, a little bit more vintage, things like that. Yes, we will have those at a cost, but you can already expect, let's just talk vodka for a second. If you want Grey Goose, Belvedere, or Tito's, we will have those available for you. But if you want that Louis XIII brandy, that might cost you a little bit more. And
Okay,
that's where
thank you
you
so
can
much.
utilize your journey experience credit to try these things. Especially when you're just like, why buy a whole bottle if you don't know if you're going to like it? So test it, taste it on board.
Will there be, I've got some clients that are real, specific. Will there be a list at some point available?
Yes, there will be a list. They've shared with us an internal list, and I think it's still being worked on, but there will be a list. But yeah, and leaning back to the champagne bottles that will be offered to your clients, the Ocean Terrace category is a Veuve Clicquot. The Penthouse category is a Moet Chandon Vintage, and then the resident accommodations is the Dom Perignon. And that really is a gift saved from you and Explore Journeys to your clients. It's not just, so it's a little extra for them.
Kathy, I have another question for you.
Yes.
So most of the people on this call probably have not seen the itinerary.
Ah,
I
okay.
have looked it over. So your itinerary goes from a 4-night to a 7-night to a 10-night to maybe a 2-night to whatever. So it's staggered. It's not always a 10-night or a 7-night. If they're going to do a back-to-back, let's say, do they have to get off and then get back on if they're
No.
doing back-to-backs?
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah, they can stay on the whole time. I actually have a guest that's booked from the maiden journey, July 17th, ending in November in Miami. So he created his own world cruise. So yeah, no, they stay on the entire time. They are staying in the same suite the whole time, and that's what they like to do. So no, they don't have to they don't have to get off and come back on, because that's not how it works. But if because the bookings are linked, right? So that's why that's how it is.
Can you touch on that a little bit, just because this is a little bit different?
Yeah, sure.
More like a world cruise, but still, I mean, you'll have people getting off and on and 3-day here, 7-day there.
To be very honest with you, we have one that's a 3-nighter, and I don't know why they did that. It's because it could have been tacked onto something else, right? But nevertheless, it is what it is. From what I can tell right now, we have a 3-nighter, we have a 5-nighter, we have a 6-nighter. There's like a handful in this first year that is less than 7 nights. Moving forward, it's going to be 7 nights or longer. So there are just a handful of these that are broken up into these smaller segments, because we understand that guests nowadays are just like, oh, it's brand new, I don't know if I want to commit that much. So we dropped in a couple of these smaller ones for them to test it out. But let's just say we've moved on from this. There's a big difference between luxury cruising. I know I shouldn't use that here, but I'm just going to wrap it all in one. Luxury cruising and premium cruising. Premium, you have a vessel in the Caribbean, you have a vessel in Alaska, you have a vessel in New York, and all they do are 3 nights over and over and over again. And that's what it is. When it comes to luxury cruise, they have one vessel that will go all over the place. So it's going to continue to move with the seasons. It's going to continue to go where there are celebratory things. So let's say Carnival, or maybe there's an Olympic thing happening. The ship's going to be around that area to give residences and to give visitors a chance to get away from the city if need be. And that's what Explora Journeys is. It's a luxury experience. So we're going to go. And as you saw earlier in the map, and I may, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back all the way.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, just to showcase the map a little bit.
Will the future ships do the same thing?
Yes, they will. We're not going to have one that will stay in one particular area. Because, one thing is, and I don't know if you've noticed this, because I've seen it before, when the crew gets, maybe it's this way faster. Yeah. When the crew does the same things over and over again, they get tired, and it shows in their service. But when it's a new destination or something where they're like, oh my God, I get to go back there, they're excited, and it shows in how they communicate with guests, how they behave. And what they love to do is when a guest goes, hey, I've never been here, what would you do? And they get to showcase their knowledge. You could see their eyes light up. And that's what, that's a major difference as well. I'm sorry, I'm almost there. Let me get.
And one more question while you're scrolling, like Kristen's fault. So when you do a back-to-back, say somebody does a 3 plus the 5 plus a 12, is that with you guys, is that on one invoice, or is it going to be 3 totally separate invoices?
It is on one invoice. Any back-to-back is considered one invoice. And with that, there is a 5% savings too, by the way. So between whether it's one back-to-back or 3 or 5 back, all of those are combined, and it's a reduced price. And you kind of want that to happen, because then we can block out the space, the suite for your clients the whole time. If your clients are booking one and all of a sudden they're like, oh, I want to book another one, and you're not aware that they're on a back-to-back, they may be in different suites and they're paying retail rate without the savings. So anyway, here's the map that I was speaking about. You can see how we kind of move about the globe, right? So Explorer 1 is the red, and that shows the red. It's from July 17th to April 2020. No, not even April. June 2024, forgive me. So we're not going to stop there, obviously. We're going to continue on. So soon you're going to see that red line kind of make its way up to Northern Europe and then back over to the US, and it's going to kind of mosey around
So
the globe.
then sorry, will that start over then?
No, not
that
necessarily.
itinerary?
Not
Okay.
necessarily. I mean, there are attractions, right? Leaf peepers. So we're, almost always will we have a ship. It might not be Explorer 1, it could be Explorer 2 or Explorer 3 is going to be in New England, Canada. There will be a ship in the Caribbean. So we try to hit all the highlights where we can, but you can kind of see how, look at ship number 2. It's in South Africa. Where is she going to go afterwards, right? So it's not always the same itineraries. It might be the similar destinations, maybe different ports, but you got to that's the one thing. We're trying to, forgive me for saying this, spice things up a little bit. It's not your traditional same ones over and over again. We're going to incorporate new and exciting ports.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so what can we book right now? Can we book Explorer 2?
Yes, you may. We have everything from, again, July 17th all the way to April 2025, and that portion is Explorer 2. So we have all of these available right now to book. And soon we'll be rolling out with the remainder in 2024 for Explorer 1 and the remainder of Explorer 2 in 2025. So yeah, just kind of stay with us. And with my personal newsletters that I send out, whenever we have something new, I always incorporate it. So as you register, I will capture your email addresses and I will throw them onto my own personal database. So you'll kind of get some updates from me.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Lots of information.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And please, I know I went really fast today with all various topics. Reach out to me if you have any questions. If you need a little bit more of an explanation on something, let me know. I'm here for you. I think I'm a nice person. I hope I'm a nice person. I won't bite.
John, you got anything else?
I do not.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, great.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you, Kathy.
No, thank you. I love this. And I will get the recording over to you as soon as it's like kind of finalized. And yeah, again, I'm here for you. Okay. And please, everyone, have a great Memorial weekend. And thank you for your service. And I appreciate all of you.
Thank you. You as well.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.